Riders of the Purple Sage by Zane Grey, narrated by John Rayburn. The story you're about to hear took place primarily in what is southern Utah and has been called a quintessential Western, meaning simply it is a top-notch example of quality. It is composed of an extensive list of ingredients: adventure, action, violence, crisis, suspense, conflict, sentimentalism, and sex. They are all there. This classic of the Western genre was the kind of story the public clamored for, and author Zane Grey had great skill in supplying the desire. Not at the beginning, however. One of his early efforts was rejected in 1909, and an editor told him, "I do not see anything in this to convince me you can write either narrative or fiction." That was short-sighted for the time being, and just 3 years later Grey produced this story. It was his all-time bestseller and led to his becoming a household name. By listening now, you'll find out why. Chapter 1, Lassiter. A sharp clip-clop of iron-shod hoofs deadened and died away, and clouds of yellow dust drifted from under the cottonwoods out over the sage. Jane Withersteen gazed upon the wide purple slope with dreamy and troubled eyes. A rider had just left her, and it was his message that held her thoughtful and almost sad, awaiting the churchmen who were coming to resent and attack her right to befriend a Gentile. She wondered if the unrest and strife that had lately come to the little village of Cottonwoods was to involve her, and then she sighed, remembering that her father had founded this remotest border settlement of southern Utah, and that he had left it to her. She owned all the ground and many of the cottages. Withersteen House was hers, and the great ranch with its thousands of cattle and the swiftest horses of the sage. To her belonged Amber Spring, the water which gave verdure and beauty to the village and made living possible on that wild purple upland waste. She could not escape being involved by whatever befell Cottonwoods. That year, 1871, had marked a change which had been gradually coming in the lives of the peace-loving Mormons of the border. Glaze, Stonebridge, Sterling, villages to the north, had risen against the invasion of Gentile settlers and the forays of rustlers. There had been opposition to the one and fighting with the other, and now Cottonwoods had begun to wake and bestir itself and grow hard. Jane prayed that the tranquility and sweetness of her life would not be permanently disrupted. She wanted to do so much more for her.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?